At its most basic, the definition of an entrepreneur is someone who establishes, owns, and runs a commercial enterprise. They usually do so based around an opportunity provided by a technical solution or expertise that can be applied to a particular problem or a market gap. All entrepreneurs, and especially those that have high growth businesses, generally will need to adapt and remain flexible in the face of a vast array of challenges that may be legal, financial, commercial, HR related, regulatory, or market issues, usually all to deliver returns to investors within unrealistically short timescales. Such challenges and pressures usually require that an entrepreneur will work long hours each day over weeks and months without taking leave or breaks. They also need to learn on the job and take on board and adapt it to increasing amounts of knowledge from a vast range of sources, all to be integrated into a knowledge framework that reflects the changing needs of their business as it grows. Scientific entrepreneurs may need to translate a scientific discovery and transform this into products, services, or processes that address a market need, and in doing so, manage the uncertainties of scientific research within an R&D capability and the ambiguities of freedoms imposed by existing and evolving intellectual property, all in order to meet commercial realities and investor returns. In addition to all of this, when a scientific entrepreneur has a disruptive or general purpose technology that challenges a scientific paradigm or an established market, then the barriers to entry may be enormous. Fighting against an established orthodoxy and ingrained approaches may be necessary to achieve a level of credibility and traction with peers, investors, and regulators. Against this background, there might seem little appeal to being an entrepreneur, and certainly many reasons why it might appear that the levels of stress and challenges encountered undermine any value or sense of achievement that might be gained. The worry, the stress, the pressure, and the long, uncompromising hours that might accrue in changing the way things are done, in seeing the world differently, might all be thought to contribute to an early grave. But experience would suggest that this is not generally the case. Why might this be so? The reality of the life lived by an entrepreneur paints actually a different picture. Yes, there is no glossing over the difficulties and the challenges and the pressure, the concerns, the worry, but there are also a great many positives that actually at least balance out and more often than not generate substantial benefits in a variety of ways that makes entrepreneurship generally worthwhile. Let's consider this for a minute. The learning and personal development and growth achieved in the process of following one's own path, reaching for and achieving goals and individual aspirations, of course brings enormous benefits and a sense of unquantifiable well-being. And in establishing their own business on the basis of personal values and principles to achieve a level of autonomy able to exert control over their lives on a day-to-day basis, and in doing so in ways that allows full creative expression for individuals to be themselves, to rejoice in the experience and the complete sense of freedom it all engenders, to be empowered and be released from the shackles of conformity, such benefits are transformative on a personal basis. If the business is also one that delivers a positive social, economic, or environmental impact, then it provides an entrepreneur with what is described as hedonic well-being, feeling good about oneself, maximizing positive emotions even further. So although entrepreneurs over their lifetime are compelled to draw upon their personal physical and psychological resources to build resilience and confidence in their own actions and abilities, in doing so, they are able to view life positively, to live to their personal standards, and importantly, to have a sense of mastery over their world. This is empowering to the extent, and evidence supports this, that entrepreneurs tend to have better health due to healthier life habits and higher self-esteem than salaried employees. It seems to me that for those of us who are prepared to risk everything, for those bold enough to follow their passion and their dream in search of personal goals and themselves, then just perhaps there's a great deal more than we might initially think to commend the life of an entrepreneur. We need more to give it a go.